Check out an incredible book about baseball with stories from the big leagues.
Cody Stark is live in Placerville hanging out with the author. Cody, this is so cool. So cool.
I know.
That's cool.
This is amazing. This is amazing. Little Fenway West. This is Zach Ford. Zach, you wrote this great book. What's it called again?
Called Up. Ballplayers remember becoming major leaguers.
So, you're a big baseball fan, clearly.
Pretty big nerd, yeah.
But what was the idea behind this?
Well, I've always been more interested in human interest stories. A lot of the trend now with baseball is kind of statistics and academic style research, but I've always been interested in stories that humanize players. So I figured, you know, what better way to do that than capture the feelings and emotions of becoming a major leaguer and fulfilling that dream all of us had when we were kids.
Exactly, exactly. And it is a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster because, like, all the stories in there, they're all, like these things. You're like, so how did you get access to all these players? Because there's over 100 that you talked to.
Well, there's many different ways. I had some friends that provided me with some contacts, but the vast majority, I'd say half to two-thirds, are from social media.
Oh, okay.
I'd search Twitter or Facebook and put like MLB alum or former major leaguer or something like that, and a lot of them would have them in the bio. And after you follow a few on Twitter or you become friends with a few, the Facebook algorithms start acting up and you end up with more and more. And I just kind of grew the network from there.
That's fantastic. Okay, so give us some stories. I'm using a Bob Grinch glove right now.
Yeah.
You got a story about Bob?
I do have a story about Bob. Bob Grinch actually was playing for Rochester, 1970, having a great season, get called up to the Baltimore Orioles, reports to Memorial Stadium, and Earl Weaver, who's known as very warm and fuzzy, I'm being sarcastic, but he had a manager's office right before the clubhouse. Bob Grinch sees it's cracked open. He knocks on the door, says, you know, hi, my name is Bob Grinch. I'm here to report for my first day in the major leagues. Earl Weaver looks up and says, do you have anything else to tell me? Doesn't get up, shake his hand, anything. That's just the way Earl Weaver was. He was not a warm and fuzzy guy. So,
not at all.
But he ends up making the bus ride over to Washington. He faces a guy for his major league debut by the name of Casey Cox, who went to the same high school as him, but just had graduated a few years before. He didn't get a hit, but he got a walk in that game. The next day, there's a cake waiting for him in the Orioles clubhouse that says, welcome to Baltimore, Bobby.
Oh.
Frank Robinson, the Hall of Famer, comes in and says, who bakes a cake for somebody that gets a walk? You didn't do anything last night. So one of the guys says, hey, there's something about this cake doesn't smell right.
Oh, no.
You know, can you take it, take a sniff? And he kind of picked up on it that they were going to smash his head in. But he backed away and didn't fall victim to the prank, but he said that from there on out, he was in on the joke each time a rookie got called up.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's just one of the many tales that you'll hear in this book. I'm telling you, it is a fantastic book. If you have anybody in your life that's into baseball, you've got to get this book. Oh, where can they find it?
They could go to calledupproject.com. I have many different ordering options there. McFarland is the publisher. But if you do a Google search for Called Up and Zach Ford, you're going to be able to find it. Fantastic, fantastic. All right, more from Little Fenway West and Zach Ford and Dennis and the whole gang coming up. Back to you guys.
How cool is that? I can't believe he built that himself.
I know. But I'm also just thinking about how cool for Cody just to be playing baseball in such a cool space all morning long.
It's right up his alley.
Yep. Yep. You got it.